Indulge me, if you will, in a thought experiment. What if, for the rest of your life, you could play games from designers from only 2 countries? Which countries would you choose? This thought experiment came about, as best as I can recall, in the late 2000s, when gamers talked about designers as if they all exhibited the same trait if they came from a particular country, where French designers were all about chaos, and Italian designers were about complex systems, and American designers, US designers that is, were all about combat on a map. And the stereotypes were not true at the time, they're not true now, but it was still an interesting thought experiment. It's kind of a game in itself that you can play. And the restriction is important. If you have 3 countries, 4 countries, that's almost open to everything at a certain point. If you have 1 country, that's a little too restrictive. So 2 countries, that's the limit. It's like designing a game where you have to narrow someone's choices so that they're divided on what they want to do, but it's not so much that it's overwhelming and they can't choose at all. So I was thinking about this and have lined my shelves with my 4 main choices. Choice number 5 was Italy, thanks to Leo Colovini and Alex Randolph. Unfortunately, they're out. I've only got these 4 left, where we have Japan, Germany, France, and the US. You're looking at these and trying to decide what's important. What do I mostly think about when I think about games from these countries, and what do I want to bring with me? Because I can't have 4, I can only have 2. So what do I leave behind? What is most valuable among all of this here? And thinking about my choices, my second runner-up is going to be Japan, because I love going to game markets, I love Japanese designs, I love just the exploration of what I see when I go there. But often it's about experimentation and things that don't quite work. And it's the idea of what I'll find more than necessarily what I already greatly enjoy. So I probably shouldn't bank on the possibility of what's there in the future, but what I can have access to now. At least that's my way of thinking. So Japan, second runner-up. First runner-up, France, because while I love the designs of Bruno Cathala and Antoine Bauza, I have other favorites that rise above them. Cathala does such a fantastic job. I was thinking recently about how much I love his games, partly because of what was coming out in 2022. Philo Nemo, well, that came out in 2020, but only in France. It's out now in the US. I've played it twice. It's really great. Splendor Duel is fantastic, where he took the Splendor system and evolved it with Marc-Andre. Seven Wonders Duel is fantastic. All these other co-designs here. Micropolis is so wonderful. And I think it kind of got lost in the pandemic. But at the same time, France is out. Because if I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose Germany because of Reiner Knizia, and I'm going to choose the US because of innovation and Carl Chudyk. I like Glory to Rome. I like Impulse. I played a GNC once and liked it. Love Red 7, but innovation is it. If I'm going to play games from only 2 countries for the rest of my life, US and Italy, primarily because I want innovation in my life, my favorite game, I'm gonna have it, and the diversity that comes from Reiner Knizia, because he does party games, he does simple card games, he does dice games, he does more complex strategy games. He's got everything. That's all that I want. And on top of that, I also get the game Extreme from Stefan Bendorf, which my wife and I play all the time. I played this like 200 times. Love it. And Bonanza. Yes, Uwe Rosenberg. Yeah, he does lots of other games too. But Bonanza is the one that I care about keeping the most. I get to keep them from Germany. Oh, the bonus from the US. I get Quirkle. Yes, another one that my wife and I love a lot, play a lot, introduce to whoever. When I think about games that I want to keep and play, it is often about introducing games to new people. Innovation is not that game, but Kinesia games are, and Quirkle is, and Bonanza is, and the game. I unfortunately lose out on the Mine because Wolfgang Warsch is Austrian. Sorry, asterisk on there. If he moved across the border, you could keep the Mine as well, but the Mine is out. But there it is. US, Germany, that's what I want to keep and want to keep playing. I know that I love innovation. I know that I love Kinesia Designs. He's been doing it for 30 years. I want to keep what I love there, and he'll keep coming out with new things. And I'm sure will come out with other things as well. Maybe more for innovation, maybe other things. But I'll have innovation just because I'm keeping the US. The thought experiment came about as well because as I was going through some things in my house recently, I came across what I'm calling box number 1. This used to be a big paper box, but what it is, actually, it's a box of novels. Yes, things that I've carried around in my life for decades, often without reading them. So I had all these Michael Bishop novels, for example, where I love time travel. I read some stuff from him and said, oh, I'm going to get more. So I picked up all these other ones over the years, and I've held on to these things for roughly 30 years without reading them. And now I finally read them all. This is awesome. No Enemy But Time. It's a fantastic time travel book. This is a very different style time travel than other time travel. Secret Ascension, very Philip K. Dick inspired. If you like Philip K. Dick, you'll get a good taste of it here. Ending doesn't quite land for me, but okay. These, also good. I pulled out some Borges. I read so much Borges in college, and then I just put them aside, didn't touch them. You see this book I'm reading now with my placeholder here. Magic card placeholders. That's what every gamer uses, right? Why did I hold off from reading Borges so much? Jalousie, such a good book. I read many Alan Robbe-Grillet books in college, but I didn't read everything. I picked them all up. I bought more, but I didn't read them all. Wittgenstein's Mistress from David Markson is one of the best books I've ever read. So again, I bought other David Markson books, and then I never read them. I have all these treasures that I am collecting and not reading. And I'm trying to think about what I care about, and I find that I'm putting off the enjoyment of the thing, and it's the anticipation of the thing is what I'm enjoying more. I don't want to actually read the book in case it's not good, because the anticipation is always good. The anticipation is there anytime I want it. But once I read the book, then that Schrodinger's cat mystery is resolved. And the book is either great, good, fair, fine, fine, whatever. So I was thinking about that and then trying to think about the games that I am keeping and the games that I am focusing on playing. What am I not playing enough of that I know I enjoy, that I should be spending more of my time on? Why am I fooling around with other stuff when I know the greatness that I have on my shelves and I should be playing more of that? So that's what came to mind with the thought experiment. What do I want to spend my time on? What do you want to spend your time on? Which countries would you choose? I realize, of course, I don't have a full range of knowledge of everything. I have not played games from Indonesian designers, I think. I played very little from Finnish designers. There's so much more that I don't know. And I want to experiment and try different things and just sample. But at the same time, I should not be putting off what I already know and love. Don't deny yourself the thing that you enjoy and have access to on the assumption that you'll get to it later, because you never know. So don't wait. Make your choice. Decide what you want to focus on. Share it in a comment just because I'm curious. And then put it on the table and play.